guys, welcome back and welcome to my first video of 2018. Today I am going to be filming my yearly favorites, and as you can already tell, I've decided to do my top 17 of 2017 just to mix up the format a little bit this year. But traditional to previous years, I am going to be splitting this into two parts. So this is going to be exclusively my favorite makeup products of the year, and then part 2 is going to be my top 17 for everything else beauty related. Hair, skin, nails, fragrance, etc. You guys know the drill. I'm also kind of considering doing a lifestyle favorites this year, so if you guys are interested in seeing that, then give this video a thumbs up. I really tried to limit these videos this year to new product discoveries of 2017, just so I'm not being too repetitive and just like rehashing things I've already said. But of course there will be some exceptions and some products I have talked about before, but I really didn't do monthly favorites for the majority of this year, so I have some new products in these videos that I really haven't talked to you guys about at all this year, so I'm really excited to get into it. Finally, before we get started, all of the products mentioned in today's video will be linked in the description box down below as always, but I'm also going to link any relevant videos. So if I have a review or a tutorial on any of these products, then I will also link those down below. Because obviously I'm going to try and keep this as short and sweet as possible, so if you want more info on a product, you know, you want my full thoughts, or you want to see it in action, definitely check out the description box down below. Everything you need will be down there. So product number 1, we are kicking it off with my favorite new foundation of 2017, and this is a perfect example of including new products because you guys know the Tarte Water Foundation is my holy grail. I definitely used it a lot this year and I could totally include it. But you guys already know I love it, so why not talk about something new? This is a foundation that I've fallen in love with, and it's what I'm wearing currently. It is the new Estee Lauder Double Wear Nude Water Foundation. I've been wearing this in pretty much all of my videos for the last quarter of this year, and by the way, if you're ever curious, I do have a section in my description box with like the main components of what I am wearing on my face if you're curious about any of the products, but if you check pretty much all of the description boxes of my recent videos, it has been this. I've been obsessed. I use the shade 2N1 Desert Beige, and it's a pretty spot on match for me. This is definitely more of a medium coverage foundation, but you can definitely build it up a little bit. It has a very thin, runny consistency as you would expect from water in the title, so it's very lightweight on the skin, and it's just got that perfect, naturally radiant finish that I just yearn for, honestly. Like, I love the finish of it. It is my perfect ideal. It also does have SPF 30, which is super important to me, and you will notice I don't have a primer in today's video because I actually like using this without a primer. I do have a product that I use to prep my skin, which will be in part 2 of this video, that I love using with this foundation. So definitely make sure you check out that video, but yes, I just love this foundation. Only downside, still don't have a pump on the foundation. Come on, Estee Lauder, step up your game. Charging like, what, $48 for a foundation? 45? I don't know. Put a pump on it, please. That actually doesn't bother me as much as it bothers some people, but like for a high-end price tag, it should be there. Now, concealer is a category where I had to go with an old favorite, but it is something I hadn't actually used in a really long time, and that is the NARS Radiant Creamy Concealer. If you go back to my very first Best of Beauty yearly favorites video, which I think was actually my second video I ever posted, I'm raving about this concealer in that video. I use the shade Chantilly. It's what I'm wearing again today. Nothing compares to this concealer for me, you guys. It is just my holy grail. I think I will always come back to it. Tarte Shape Tape, ColourPop No Filter, Urban Decay Naked Skin, none of them compare to this for me. I just love it. It is so full coverage. It is so brightening. I recently just used it in a tutorial. I'll link that down below, and you guys will see the difference. It is insane. It is also a bit hydrating, but not overly so. Like, I can use it on my nose and in my T-zone, and it doesn't get too oily throughout the day. The one thing is it does definitely crease if you have expression lines around your eyes. So if you're not someone who sets your eye area, don't bother with this. I just set my eye immediately, and I don't really have any issues with it. This product is just truly my ride or die. Product number 3 is a setting spray that has changed my life, you guys. This is the Kiss New York Pro Touch Makeup Setting Spray. Drugstore brand, very affordable. You can find it at London Drugs here in Western Canada, and then I believe certain Walmart locations also carry Kiss. Let me just start off by saying I have never found a makeup setting spray that I genuinely felt extended the wear time of my makeup. So I've gravitated more towards sprays like the Smashbox Primer Water, the Too Faced Hangover Spray, setting sprays that just kind of like make my skin a little bit more hydrated looking, take away that powdery finish, yada yada yada. I've talked about this so many times before, but then I found this guy right here, and this honestly is the best of both worlds because it gives that slightly I don't want to say it makes my face like hydrated or dewy looking, but it takes away that powdery finish, but then it also really does make my makeup last longer. It says long lasting and oil control on the bottle, and it is also oil free, which is really important to me at the moment because I do have lash extensions. I'm in desperate need of a fill, so you probably can't really tell that much right now, but I do have extensions, and you can't use anything oil based around your eye area. So finding one that was oil free was really important to me. Whoa, okay. Lighting. The mist is also extremely fine, like I never get any droplets on my face or anything like that. It's just a phenomenal product. Favorite makeup setting spray of all time, hands down, and it is drugstore, which is just like the cherry on top. Moving along, the next product is something I did talk about recently and another huge favorite discovery, like new holy grail product, and that is the BECCA Sunlit Bronzer in the shade Bali Sands. I've seen so many people rave about these over kind of like the last half of this year, and it is so well deserved. These bronzers are incredible. They just, I don't know, they have the best formula. They're so soft, just like all of BECCA's powders, and they're just so easy to blend. They're so natural. I think there are 5 shades available, so really great. They've really catered to a very wide variety of skin tones with these bronzers, and I believe this is the lightest. It's very neutral, like very beige kind of undertone. I've actually not really been wearing bronzer recently, which is kind of funny. I just swiped like the tiniest little bit on my cheeks to kind of blend in my contour. I'm going for really natural makeup. 2018 is going to be just a year of very like minimal, like effortless fresh face makeup for me. So I've been cutting down on the bronzer and the contour and everything like that. But anyways, I love this. You guys need to check these out. Pricier definitely, but so worth it. Next, I absolutely have to talk about the Glossier Cloud Paint. If you missed it, I did a video in November trying out all of Glossier's makeup products, like a full face first impressions just with Glossier. You guys need to check that out. It'll be one of the videos linked down below, of course. But Glossier was definitely like a favorite new brand discovery for me this year. They just started shipping to Canada and also the UK recently, which is so exciting because I had been dying to try this brand for so long, and I've really just fallen in love with their products. I've been using them all so much, but once again, I had to narrow this down, so this is kind of my top product from them. Once again, I have it on my cheeks today, and this is in the shade Puff. It's the only one I actually have so far, but I'm definitely going to be ordering at least 2 more of the shades. This is a liquid blush, and there's just something about the consistency of it. You guys know I really like liquid and like cream blushes for more natural makeup days. I typically don't actually ever reach for cream or liquid blushes when I'm wearing a foundation. They're more of like a tinted moisturizer CC cream type makeup day product for me. I feel like that didn't make sense. So the fact that I've been reaching for this so much and on more like full makeup days really says a lot about it. Also, if you are intimidated by applying a cheek product like this, definitely check out my Glossier review video that I did, because I show my foolproof way of applying liquid blushes. They won't mess up your foundation or your base or end up streaky or anything like that, so definitely check that out. I'm sorry for being a broken record, but apologies for the lighting. I just have to say sorry, I'm Canadian, okay? It's just in my nature. But I think we're on product number 6, and I did choose a powder blush. Kind of cheaty because I have 2, but my favorite powder blush of this year has definitely been the blushes from The Balm. First shade I've got is Frat Boy, which is matte. Both of these are matte, but this is just kind of like your average, like run-of-the-mill, pretty flush of pink. Like there's nothing crazy special about the color. And then also Balm Beach, which is just more of like a neutral, slightly peachy kind of nude. Once again, there's nothing super like spectacular or revolutionary with these shades in particular. I just really love the formula of these. They're extremely long wearing. Like they do not fade in the slightest no matter how long I have my makeup on. And they just look really nice on. They're the perfect balance of like pigmented but not over the top, because that's not something you typically want for blushes. I just really like them. Like definitely a basic staple product, but I just continually find myself reaching for them throughout this entire year, so I had to include them. So naturally, products 7 and 8 are my favorite highlights for the year, and this was really hard to narrow down. You guys know blush has been like my favorite makeup product for a long time, but recently it's definitely moved into like highlights and bronzers and things like that. But I had to narrow it down to 2, so the first is the Laura Geller Gelato Swirl Illuminator in the shade Gilded Honey, which is like a classic. I feel like so many people have raved about this. First of all, these highlights are really cool. They've got like a really interesting, like slightly squishy texture. Like you can kind of stick your finger into them, but they are still a powder, so you can still pick them up really well with a brush and apply them super easily. I did pick this up at Ulta in the States when I was there at the beginning of the year, and I know this is typically more popular for like medium skin tones, but I love it on my skin tone. And especially after my vacation, I was really tan for quite a while, so this definitely worked really well then. But I can totally get away with wearing it now when I am quite a bit more fair. Because as you can see, it's definitely not like a super dark gold. It's a true gold, definitely not like a champagne, but it's still quite light reflective and bright, so you can totally get away with wearing it. And the reason I picked this one is because it really started a huge love affair for me with golden highlights. Really, for the first half of the year, I was super into gold highlights, and a couple honorable mentions go to Ofra Rodeo Drive and also the Maybelline Molten Gold. Is that what it's called? I always mess up the name of that, but I think that's what it's called. But yeah, first 6 months of the year, super into the gold. And then the second half of the year, I did a complete 180 because I started wearing very pink highlights, which super unlike me once again. I never used to go for like straight up gold or like straight up pink or anything like that. I always did more like champagne and like just kind of in between, maybe more like pearly highlights. But my favorite was definitely the Too Faced Blinded by the Light Love Light highlighters. Love the packaging on these. And this is like the slightly more, I don't know, this one's not like super pink. It is like a little bit more pearly, but it definitely has a very pink look when you do apply it to the cheeks. And I really like the formula of these. These are so underrated, you guys. I feel like they got kind of a bad reputation because when they first came out, a bunch of big YouTubers and everything did reviews and they were like super disappointed in them because they were like, these aren't like as intense and like blinding as I want it to be. So people just kind of were like, okay, like forget it. If they don't like it, I'm not gonna buy it. But these are so nice. If you guys haven't tried them, seriously give them a shot. There's a swatch right there. They're super smooth and buttery. I feel like these highlights, you kind of have to break through the first layer and then you get a better consistency for them and you do get a bit more of a glow. You guys know I do have some minor texture issues from my acne and everything, and I find this extremely flattering on the skin. Like the finish of it is just gorgeous. There's no shimmer, it's just glow. So now that we've gotten through my top face products, we can go ahead and move into eyes. So I want to kick this off with an eye base. And this is another old favorite, but it's a product I hadn't used in a very long time. The last time I had a tube of this, I was probably 17 maybe, like it's been quite a while. And that is the NARS Smudge Proof Eyeshadow Base. So you guys, throughout this entire year, I've actually been using this little deluxe sample of this product. I literally just bought the full size yesterday. This has lasted me so well. Like I busted this out at the beginning of February and I like just ran out like literally a week ago. Granted, I have had my fair share of no makeup days, especially throughout the second half of the year. It's not like I've been using it every single day, but I have definitely used it a lot. And honestly, after I had been using this for a couple months, every time I went to use it, I was like, okay, this is going to be the use where I'm like really gonna have to scrape the sides and really like fight to get out enough product. But it just kept going and going. And then I removed the stopper and it was the same thing. Like I got just so much use out of this. I can't believe it. This was from a 500 point perk, so if you see this as a point perk, definitely snatch it up because it will be well worth it. But anyways, I love this primer. It does go on like white, but it is translucent, so it won't make your lids lighter or anything like that if you have a deeper skin tone. This is also fantastic if you do have oily eyelids. This product has had me thinking that my eyelids really aren't that oily. And then one day I didn't use this because it was when I first got my eyelash extensions, and my shadow creased so badly from my lids getting oily. It was literally atrocious. I was like, this is a miracle worker. Definitely try this out if you haven't already, if you are looking for a new eye primer. You guys know I also bring a little bit of primer up into my brows. I've been doing that for my entire eyebrow filling in life, and it works really well for that too, so my brows don't smudge or fade throughout the day. Then we have got eyeshadows, of course, and this is another new holy grail product for me, and that is the Makeup Forever Starlit Powder in shade number 15, which I believe the actual name of is Golden Pink. I have worn this so much, you guys. Every time in a video you've seen me with like a shimmery pink on my lids, it has been this. So these are a loose pigment. They're super intense, like very metallic, very shimmery, and they have a nice little stopper on there, which is nice. You can just tap a little bit into the lid. There's a swatch. It is just so stunning, so up my alley. You can see it almost has kind of like a wet look to it. Typically my go-to look is I'll use like a slightly more pink toned neutral transition in my crease, and then I do use Too Faced glitter glue with this just to really make it pop and really make it stand out, because I do find it will fade throughout the day otherwise, and wetting it I find doesn't quite have the same effect. So I always use the glitter glue, pack it on, and it is just perfection. It's really flattering on my skin tone and my eye color, and I literally could not create a better suited shadow for me myself. Like, this hit the nail on the head. This one I'm just going to touch on really quickly because I do have a full dedicated review and like tutorial and everything for this palette, and I've talked about it a lot, but it is the Urban Decay Naked Heat. Another palette that I feel like was just created for me, or another product rather. Like, this is just so perfect. I love warm tones, I love oranges, I love rose golds, I love coppers, I love purples, and this is definitely a step up for quality in terms of the Naked palettes. Like, they've always been good, but I feel like they're really taking it to the next level with the quality of this. Like I said in my review, I think they kind of remind me of Lorac shadows. They're a little bit softer, you get a little bit of kick up, but they just blend so well, and they are so pigmented, and you can really create such a wide variety of looks with this. Like, for the longest time, literally all summer, my everyday look was just like using these first 4 shadows for like a super easy matte eye, but then you can definitely build it up and get something smokier, more colorful, really whatever you want. It's very versatile. Another really big favorite discovery for me this year was the ColourPop pressed shadows. I think these actually came out in 2016. Correct me if I'm wrong, because I know I waited a while to try them. I didn't try them until this spring, but I ordered some of them and it was love at first swatch, love at first application. I don't have a lot of them. I have like, what, 13 here, and as you can see, they're a very like specific curated kind of color group of like corals and oranges and pinks. By the way, I have these in my magnetic Tarte palette if you're curious. I'll link that down below as well. But let's just like swatch a couple shades. Like, they're so pretty, and I know so many brands are coming out with just like incredible quality shadows recently, but there's something about these that I just love. They are of course very affordable. They're like, what, $6 for a pan, and I even like the mattes too. Like, they're just perfection. Here's a matte shadow. Like, they're so pigmented, so easy to blend, like so easy to work with. They would be perfect for a beginner. Like, if you want really great inexpensive shadows that are just so easy to work with to give you like a great introduction to eyeshadow, these are perfect. I really want to get more, but I'm honestly so hesitant to order from ColourPop these days because literally every single order now gets dinged by Canadian customs, and you end up paying like $14 to $20 extra, which really sucks because I know for me personally and all of my Canadian friends, we really second guess ordering from ColourPop now because it just sucks having to pay that extra money. Even if you like kind of know it's coming, it's just like, I'd rather not. I'd rather just wait and hold off on ordering. But their products are so phenomenal and they are worth ordering. I would just say you have to order like a large amount of products because even small orders from them do get dinged for customs. So just a heads up. But my next favorite is from ColourPop too, and it is one of their cream gel liners, and it is in the shade Honeydew, which you can probably tell by the end, it is just a nude pencil. So this is actually my second one of these. I didn't quite use up the first one. I actually like left the cap off of it for like a full weekend and it was completely dried out. So I reordered it, but I've definitely like used up a good chunk of both of them. And as you probably already guessed, I use this on my waterline. I have the tiniest little bit of it on today. You can't really see it super well in my hand because it is just like a flesh tone. You guys know I have extremely sensitive eyes. My eyes water, my eyes get itchy, and just nothing lasts on my waterline or tight line until I found this liner. Even if you're not looking for a nude, if you want something that's going to be really long wearing on your waterline or tight line, once again, I would definitely check these out. Like if you're looking for a black or whatever color you want, they have a really wide variety. But this really truly lasts so well on me, and it also glides onto my waterline really effortlessly. There's no like dragging or tugging or anything like that, so I love this. Product number 14 is a liquid liner. You guys know I go through phases where I wear liquid liner and phases where I don't. For the most part, eyeliner just like isn't my thing. I like how I look better without eyeliner, but when I am in one of my liner phases, I am very picky, and believe me when I say this one is the best. This is the Schwing liquid liner from The Balm. So this is like your traditional liquid liner where you have a really nice fine felt tip and you actually dip it back into the product. I know a lot of people prefer the pen style. This is just what has always been easiest for me. This is what I learned to do liquid liner and like winged liner with. So this is my personal favorite. I find it really extremely easy. What I love about this is that it is so richly pigmented. It is one of the blackest liners I have found, and it dries to a perfect matte finish. That's the biggest thing to me. I hate black liner that is like kind of shiny or a little bit reflective. I just hate the look of it. It just bothers me. I don't know what it is about it, but I need a black liquid liner to be matte, and this is perfection. The one thing I don't love about this is the fact that it is a felt and not a brush tip. just because felts, as you use them over time, they do tend to wear down a little bit. They get like a little bit fuzzy and you do lose a little bit of precision. So sometimes honestly what I'll do with this, I'll do the main part of my wing and then I'll do the very tip of my wing with like a brush tip with that Korean one that I like. I'll link that down below too. It's like $7 on Amazon. It's amazing. It's a dupe for like Kat Von D and like the Lorac one. But yeah, I'll just take my pen and I'll just go like tick, tick on the very end so I have like a super sharp fine point on my wing. I almost said on my line, on my wing. We're getting down to the end of it, you guys. We're moving into lip products and I only have a few lip products to talk about. Once again, extremely narrowed down selection. So the first is a lip liner and I think I can just show you guys this and it'll speak for itself. Look how tiny this little lip liner is, you guys. This is one of the Bite lip pencils. These were a new product launch at the beginning of the year. And just for comparison, this is like a new-ish one. I think I've sharpened this one time. These are a bit bigger than your average lip pencil. You get 1.4 grams, so that is really nice, but I have used a lot of this. It's another new holy grail. I have it on today and I wear it literally like every single day I'm wearing makeup because you guys know I love my nude lips. This is shade number 20 and it's just more of a slightly brown toned, pinky kind of nude. It's definitely got more brown in it than the lip liners I've used in the past, like my NYX Nude Pink, which is a lot more pink in comparison to this. And it's just perfect. Like it goes with all of my favorite lipsticks perfectly. And the formula is definitely my ideal for a lip pencil. Not too creamy, not too hard, long wearing, very easy to apply. It's not going to like smush and smear all over your lips when you're trying to get that nice precise line like some soft lip pencils will. This is something I'm definitely going to be repurchasing ASAP because it's obviously a staple in my makeup routine. For a favorite lipstick, I picked another old fave. I'm pretty sure this would have been in my favorites last year. I think it was, I'm not 100% sure, but it is the Charlotte Tilbury lipstick in Bitch Perfect. If you haven't seen this color, it's a nude. Go figure. This is just kind of like your very like standard like cream lipstick formula. It's a nude, but it's got like a slight hint of coral, so it really kind of like brightens up your lips a little bit. It's not too beige or anything. This is one I keep in my purse a lot because no matter what I'm wearing on the rest of my face, it's something I can just kind of throw on and it looks really great with anything no matter what. It's always very complimentary, and this definitely isn't the most long wearing formula, but I actually like that. I like that it's more creamy and that it like wears off really well. It wears off very evenly because I'm very lazy when it comes to reapplying. That's why I don't wear a lot of liquid lipsticks because they're just so much more high maintenance, which seems kind of counterintuitive since they're longer wearing, but like when they wear off in the center it just looks so bad. So this is what I'll throw on if we're like going out for dinner or going out for drinks or anything like that, because I can just put it on, I can go ahead and like eat my dinner and I don't have to worry about it if I don't want to like go to the washroom and like touch it up or anything. You know, it just looks fine no matter what, and I think part of that is because it's fairly close to my natural lip color. And finally, number 17. This is a product I haven't spoken to you guys at all on my channel, but a product I've been obsessing over for quite a while now, and those are the BECCA Liquid Crystal Glow Glosses. Glossy lips in general have definitely been a favorite of mine throughout most of the year. I'm just really into the look of a glossy lip, like the Fenty gloss, and I'm trying to think of other glosses I like this year, but I'm blanking. They're not sticky. They're very sheer and just kind of shimmery. They are meant to be like more of a lip topper, and most of them do have kind of like an iridescent duochrome kind of effect to them. Yeah, very smooth, not sticky. They smell like vanilla, which is always really nice. This one in particular has been my favorite. I haven't worn this shade as much. This one is Champagne Dream and Bellini, so it's kind of like a peachy nude, but then it's got some like pink and gold and like iridescent shimmer in it. It's really pretty. I'm wearing the tiniest little bit of it on my lips today because the lipstick I'm wearing already is quite glossy, so I just did like a tiny little bit on the center. But super pretty, very glossy, like wet kind of look that they give the lips. I'm pretty sure there are 6 shades total of these, and I'm dying to get my hands on the rest of them. I actually almost ordered the rest of the shades because BECCA had 50% off on them for like Boxing Week, but then I realized the BECCA website doesn't ship to Canada, and I was super disappointed because I was like ready to buy them all. But yeah, if you're into a glossy lip, you need to check these out. I know that I'm definitely still going to love rocking a glossy lip throughout all of 2018 as well. Oh, also the packaging on these is super nice as well. Like I ordered these online, so I didn't really know what to expect, but like the detail on them, like the little like BECCA logo on here and everything, and just like the shape of them is really nice. So that is it. That's where I'm wrapping up this video. Those were my top 17 makeup products of 2017. Once again, check out the description bar for links to absolutely everything. Like seriously, there's gonna be so many relevant links, so please check it out because it's gonna take me a while to do. but I know you guys find it really helpful and I love doing that for you guys. And also keep an eye out for part 2 and also that potential kind of part 3 lifestyle favorites edition for 2017. But give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it. Go follow me everywhere on social media. I'm at SariReanna on Twitter, Instagram, and Snapchat. And hit that subscribe button down below if you are new to my channel. But I will talk to you guys in the next one. Bye guys!